Hey Zach, and welcome back to Randomness Part 3, in which we're playing Minecraft and showing off the world some more. And last time we left off, we basically explained spawn, the end, and everything, and now we're here. Go watch that video if you want to hear more. So, we're going to continue right off. This is my home. Now, let's start outside, because originally none of this existed. Nothing existed. So when I first came to this area, this gave me the achievement biomes that like to go across all the biomes. Now we got on the rail via the track in the last video. We would have gotten it in the last video. So originally it was like here, I believe. Like this beach has been modified so much, but I'm pretty sure the beach line, the river line was here, and I built a house right. That house would eventually be rebuilt by hand manually over to inside here, which is where it stands now. Eventually, it would be expanded and everything, but basically, I built this L-shaped house, and I would live in it and basically kill the dragon and everything and did the world legitly. Um, so I rebuilt an entire house by hand just to move it, so I'd not be so close to the sea, because I don't remember why I moved it. I just did. So, let's explain afterwards. So, after I killed the dragon, blah, 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 I built the castle wall around it. Now, the castle wall wasn't finished. It was basically a mess. The tree project began a little bit after the world went into cheat mode. Or, I think I did some of it using mega spruce trees, and I carved it out from it. But eventually it would be basically glitched, so I could then replace it all with nether wood because it was red. When they added the nether update, the world expanded and we got the netherite, as I talked about in the first video. And we got nether logs, and I love red color, so it's reddish pinkish wood. It works. Shadowfax's grave that we talked about in episode 1 is here. I don't know if there's a chest. It's probably empty, yeah, because of the entity switching. So basically, when the world was brought back from my MC Darklands Java server, it was brought back into the realm, all entities died. So everything, the chest despawned, the animals died, everything. And we had chunk errors all over the dang world. We still have some of them. I'll show you one later. All the animals died, but luckily we had the command block. So basically, at first, I added the ability to get the tools to 100 via inventory editing files. So I would have the world on PC, basically have the world on Realm. Here comes another dang train. And we would then download it to a local thing. The editor would edit those values in the inventory to have the set enchantments. Now these tools have been replaced more than once. So this is the current version. As you can see, it basically just has 100 on everything, pretty much, except the sword. And the sword has knockback 5, because otherwise we literally throw the mob into space, and I don't want to do that because I want the loot. And the fire aspect 2 doesn't really work on higher versions, I think, if it was correct, looting, just because we needed a ton of items. And the pickaxe is basically the same, except Silk Touch 1, Mending 1. Now, Mending doesn't do anything unless it's Mending 1, so that was also that way. Yes, hello, Wandering Trader, what are you selling? A bunch of random junk. I don't care for llamas, they're annoying. Horses are cooler anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, so house built, world transferred to Java, brought it back. I'm just going to talk about everything new. Or, well, everything that just exists. This is the barn. This is where I first stored my animals until I put them out in pens out there, because I was like, it's so annoying trying to get my horse. This is the second to-do board. This existed once the realm came. This is the original to-do board. It was literally just made another rack. And that was just sitting there. It was, I think, made a cobblestone at one point. That was netherrack. This is the pens. This is my farms that just existed. Originally, it was just near that river. And as you can see, we basically have unlimited of everything, so we just keep storing everything that we cheat in. So there's just chest loads of random junk, such as like all the wilds updates. So we got all the wild stuff in here basically. Buckets of tadpoles, skulk veins, skulk catalysts, and shriekers. Which I found out shriekers are boring as all hell because they don't even work unless they're natural generating. It's like, why? How do I make a map? The shrieker doesn't work. So yeah, that's just plain dumb. So I edited a biome over here near another location. So the ISS was imported from a very old map. I think it was like a 1.6 Java edition. This village has not changed much and is the original village. Basically, this village was built from literal nothing. There was nothing here but jungle, basically. And then the jungle was pushed back by so much that it's now here. And I built the wall to keep out the zombies. Before I had the house on the river, I believe the first night I spent was in this tree right here. So the tree still exists somewhat. But basically I just lived up in a tree using the ladders. And this is the first real house in this area. And this is the original wood from back then. That's how old this thing is. Originally, later on, when we invited people into this server, we had people just add on to the house. So we had a bunch of houses on top of the old house, and they just keep adding on. It was just basically mess, and basically tell everybody to live there. Otherwise, they'd build their own home somewhere else and be like, go away, basically. We have netherite pyramids that were constructed all over the server eventually. Because, yeah, you could literally spawn in any block, so make netherite pyramids. What else are we going to use netherite for? This was imported later on. I believe this is just a schematic pack from the server, and it was just left here. Because I believe we were going to build a whole city over here, and we never did because the server died. But this boat was, I think, built by hand, or was brought along with the server. I think we put it in here with this server files. Yeah, but basically that was going to be a whole thing. So that's where the house is. Then it was moved to the river. Then it was moved inside the castle. This is a XP farm that I created eventually. Later on, way later on, basically. And we had this full setup. Basically, this thing has changed like probably 4 times. The sugarcane had to be changed. The cactus has to be changed. Basically, now how it works is the piston heads on the bamboo farm. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bamboo. Basically, this world has no bamboo. So way over there in the corner of the world, like at the very corner of the world, because back on the days of PlayStation Edition, the world was limited to like 2,000 something blocks. I think it was like 2,300. And at the very corner of that world, that's where I found bamboo. Because we didn't have bamboo until we started to expand the world. Clearly the voters have been farming too much. Jesus Christ. Keep your potatoes. I don't want them. Jesus, there's way too many. Oop. I think I accidentally stepped on the teleporters. Oh, well, I guess we're in the ancient... Welcome to the ancient city! It's like way far away. Like, what the heck is with these coordinates? Yeah, we've built a teleporter system to get to the ancient D. Basically, that's what we use command blocks for. It's just mostly teleporting and editing weather and, like, accessing things we would need, like creative for certain items. We still have fun. I mean, we still build stuff, yeah. So this was built by hand later. This is definitely cheated, and we placed it here because I was sick of going all the way over there, so we just built this one. I was sick of literally teleporting to there just to go into the portal, so I just built my own portal. Yeah. I mean, we still have fun. I mean, look at this world. Look how all this has been built by hand mostly. This entire castle was built by hand. The bridge, my coworker's house, his tower, all this was built by hand. We literally been doing this recently on the first thing. We're basically creating speed horses. And these go like super fast, basically. Well, I mean, they're only 13th generation, so they're not super fast, but they're still pretty dang fast. And we're still having fun. Like, this is a cheated world, and we're having fun. So in here is the command room, as I call it. This is being removed eventually. But basically, we have the game modes, we have a command block, we got a barrier, which we never used. We have a teleporter, woodland mansion that we basically burned down, clear weather, weather cycles. I don't know what that one does. Some of the signs get broken as we go in here. True weather, and then daylight cycle. Uh, Basically to control the lighting and the weather, so we don't have to deal with rain while building. Day to make it day, so we don't have to deal with day and night cycle. I think we're on peaceful right now because, again, monsters. We don't really need monsters at this point. Basically, this will just give us unlimited XP, just mining like a single core. But if you're wondering, how did we do mobs legitly? We actually built a mob farm in the tower. So this tower is actually useful, by the way. It's got a full-on mob farm built into it. So this has been modified slightly to use command blocks for summoning instead of just dropping them. Originally, the tower worked like really good, and now it doesn't because they changed how mob spawning works. So way up here, we have like ice and everything. Oh, let me go up there so I can break in so you can see it. I think it's this one. So yeah, this was the original, the second version of the tower to basically have mobs drop in. So we have mobs spawn in the air now, and they'll drop in here. Originally, it was a standard line 4-way drop into the hole, but then it stopped working when Minecraft like updated something. I don't know what. Great, I don't have to go all the way up because I don't know how to do that without breaking everything. Okay, I don't have to go up far. So eventually we added command blocks, which just spawn random certain mobs. We set it to certain mobs because other mobs would basically be annoying and it would take forever to kill. Like once we hit those things, they basically spawn infinite mobs. Yeah. So these chests have a lot of random crap in it from certain mobs we've killed over the years. Or, well, months, I should say. This used to be a hidden staircase. So, right here, this was the first staircase I built that would lead into the basement. And it was basically simple repeaters and pistons. And that's connected to this button. When you hit this button, a massive 2x4 staircase, I believe. Was it 2x4? I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2x4 hidden staircase would unfold. Now, it was originally a realm staircase, but then it updated Java, and then it broke, and then we transferred it back to realm, and it broke again. So this thing is broken currently, and I haven't fixed it, or whatever. But this would lead into the basement. Now, the chest room was here, but as you can see, it was eventually moved down to here, and then this has been basically some of the current storage. Again, all this stuff was like wiped, so we basically cheated everything back in, at least some stuff. I mean, these chests were full of redstone components. I only cheated like some of this stuff back in. Like, see this chest? See this? This is full of diamond blocks. It already had shulkers, full shulkers of diamond blocks just sitting in here originally. Now there's like a single stack and 3 diamonds because we haven't cheated it in pretty much. This is random miscellaneous storage. This is cave wild update stuff that got spawned in eventually. We got all the music discs. Like, we don't even have the wild music disc, I believe, in here. Yeah, we have Lena Rain. So this is the kelp farm down here in the basement. This is the melon farm. This thing has not changed at all. Basically, melon spawns, and it will activate the redstone to break the melons, but the melon hasn't grown in like forever. I think lighting changed or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened here. Oh. Why is this? Oh, pfft. You know, it helped to destroy that. Dang it. I don't think it's gonna work though because the melon's not spawning for some reason. I think it needs a light source. I'll replace the dirt later with Why did I just do that? Place that dirt layer of glowstone block. This is the main netherite beacon in the town. This was originally diamond and emerald, I believe, and then yeah, emerald, I believe, was the first pyramid. And yeah, so this cave, as you can see, will go all the way down to basically bedrock originally, and now it goes into deep slate. I can actually show you updates via world generation. Eventually just turned into cobblestone. So right here, I believe was 16, so we're not yet at bedrock. I'll explain that later. So if we continue down here, we get to 0. Do I have a torch? Yes, I do. So bedrock would appear like right here, and you can literally see that with the all of a sudden change of stone types. Like it doesn't even flow right. And then this just goes all the way down again to the new bedrock. And there's just random caves, and I can't see anything because I don't have torches or night vision or anything on me. Or night vision potions or anything on me. I wasn't really working in the dark. Basically, I just changed the brightness on my monitor via the 4K monitor I have to change brightness. I killed the wither down here. I think that's this way. So yeah, this was the first wither kill right here, and as you can see, like the whole thing's been changed a bunch because all of a sudden the roof's like stone now with the pyramid coming in, which is what we'll go see now. So that's where I killed the wither for the wither boss. I literally just buried it under my house so I'd find more diamonds. Basically had it mined for me. Killed the wither eventually. First nether star, by the way, dropped into that lava right there you just saw. So I had to kill the wither again on a legit mode, and that was annoying as all hell. Wait, where are we going? I need to show the pyramid, which was added recently. So we imported my house from the server, from the server, so we got this over here. This was originally a blackstone type blocks and like nether bricks, but now we have deep slate, so we modified the temple again to have deep slate blocks. I've modified most of these redstone components to work in bedrock. So basically on the Java server, this reactor right here, which is basically a bunch of redstone, here we'll go for the employee only, so you can see all the redstone. Basically on the server, we'd have this reactor in the world. We had it like 3,000 blocks out on Java, and we would force load the chunks between the reactor and the main area. And basically when we turned on the redstone here, the redstone would flow along a pathway all the way back to the server's like main area, and we basically had that flow all the way back, and I can show you the line that somewhat still exists. It doesn't exist anymore because it's cut off where the pyramid ended, but basically this road would go into a nice highway and then all the way down in the Java server. And yeah, so this entire reactor would then power up lights in the entire server basically once it was turned on. And it was like so cool to see the whole server turn on like a few minutes after we turned on the reactor. But basically the reactor is just a bunch of pistons that just light up some lights, and redstone just does the rest for us. Originally these command blocks did not actually, I think they did exist because it was on the Java server when I built this temple. So I'm pretty sure that exists. So we have vertical redstone, which I did not know was a thing at all in Bedrock until seriously very recently, because we've never been able to do vertical redstone, as far as I can tell, in Java Edition without using torches, and half the time my torches don't work for some stupid reason. So, yeah, we have vertical redstone via glass in Bedrock. That's so cool, which I didn't even know. So these would originally teleport to different rooms, but this now teleports to, this will be basically the new command room. This is the lobby for the Isles of Sony. We'll get to that in a video. A bunch of people that helped me with the Isles of Sony, they're still in here. Cobble generator example for people that play Skyblock. We had armor stands in here. They're still in the iOS map, but they're not on this server. So we got the command room here now. So we got a few commands so far. And you got the difficulty. We should be in hard, right? I'm not entirely sure. Let's put it in hard anyway. I'm supposed to be playing on hard. We play in hard because we literally can't die. We have like 100 protection, 100 thorns, and 100 unbreaking. It's like, pfft, you know. So So this was the room in the server, the you know, GTA 5 item, the campfire. This is broken because the things are not in there. I'm not even sure if the redstone would work because that was built in Java. The aquarium died. All the water was in there, but the fish all died. We got a bathroom in here. We got the bedroom. We got some shulker storage down here for this officer. We got command blocks to switch me into creative and survival. That was not in the server that was in this version of the world. We got lighting everywhere, so if the reactor's off, none of these lights will turn on. And we have like light switches all over the area, so we got a dining room with like light switches. So if we turn this off, there's light. And the light room will go dark. Got one here for the living room. Campfire will be the only thing on unless you like turn it off. You have flooding it. And there's one here. That's why they're up there. I think that also lights up the bathroom, or does the bathroom not have a light switch? Nope, bathroom's connected to the thing. Might want to modify that later, just to light up the bathroom. Yeah, whatever. Are we getting close to 30 minutes again? Hold on, let me check, guys. Do this right now. There, that's much better. 21 minutes, so probably be ending it here. We'll talk more about the server in part 4, I think, now. Alright, you guys all take care. You have a wonderful day. I've been Lord Scare, aka Zach, and like and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye-bye.